Hello and welcome everyone. It is Friday, September 27th, 2019. I just got a quick video I want to put out about some books you really need to be looking for if you're out hunting in the back issue bins or whatever. Before I get into it, please don't pay stupid eBay prices. If you can find them cheap on eBay, great, or other places online. But what you really want to do is try and hunt these down in the back issue bins because they're books that nobody's been looking at for a long time, and they're in that $5 range, like $3 to $5 range, so they're great ones to get. It's all revolving around Hickman's House of X and Powers of 10, and I get into it real quick, but I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers on YouTube and followers on Instagram. I couldn't put out a video last week. Just want to give you a little update on that. I've been not feeling very well the last few weeks, so and then I had to go into the hospital on the weekend there and had an operation on Tuesday. Everything's back to normal. I'm back home. I'm still in pain and stuff, but hey, I want to talk comics because, man, I love them. There's just so much stuff coming out right now, but I just want to say thank you to everybody for all the well wishes. It meant a lot to me. It really did, so thank you so much. And I love all the comments and the tips and the theories. So many of you come up with these great theories. I mean, they don't always pan out, but hey, half the fun is just talking comics and coming up with theories and thinking of where things go. So it's awesome. So thank you so much, everybody. And I will be putting up my top picks video tomorrow. So yeah, I'll look forward for that anyways. But I want to talk about Powers of X, or Powers of 10 number 4. I showed these images before, but I can explain why I'm showing them again. We had that, a lot of people have been, I showed this image where Akara was once the one land. It was split in two and became Araco and Krakoa. So we know that. Apocalypse fought kind of the Horde back, and then he sent his four to sentinel that land and sealed the chasm shut. And at the time that I showed this, I said, I think, those are new characters. I don't remember ever seeing those in comics. And a lot of people say, well, that's the four horsemen of Apocalypse. Well, yes, they are the four horsemen of Apocalypse, but they have not appeared in a comic that I'm aware of. So we'll get into that in just a second. They may have, but these are the first incarnation of the four horsemen of Apocalypse. So I just want to show you that because that's important. That's kind of where I'm going. It's revolving around the four horsemen. So if you want to go, the books you want to look for, X Factor number 15, is that's your first appearance of the Horsemen of Apocalypse. You don't get all four of them. You get 3 of the 4 in that issue, but they're called the Horsemen of Apocalypse. And then issue number 19, you get the 3 of them on the cover. That's your first cover appearance. So those 15 and 19 are really good books to get. They're dirt cheap. You should be able to pick those up. You may have them. They're from the 80s, so you should have. A lot of you may have them in your, one of your long boxes stuffed away somewhere. Really good ones to get. And then later on, as you know, at X Factor 24, Warren becomes Archangel, and he becomes the leader of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And then at that point, you get your first full appearance of him leading them, and then they're actually the four Horsemen of the Apocalypse in 24, which has always been a good book to get anyways. But 15 and 19 are really good ones to get. Now, the reason why this is kind of really cool is they're like, oh yeah, well, so yeah, whatever. I don't know if you actually read this Marvel Comics 1000, because if you have, I mean, I hadn't read it all, and I was talking to a guy today. He says, anyways, I'm going to put an image on the screen. It's a one-page story by Jonathan Hickman, surprise, surprise, and it's The First Horseman is the title. So it's Western Egypt. I'm going to read it to you. There's not much to read. It says, you got Apocalypse walking into the temple of the horsemen. I was old when the world was young. I have seen many deaths, many wars, many famines. And if you look at the middle image, you get a reflection of Apocalypse with his four horsemen kind of upside down. And those four horsemen that you're seeing in that image are these four people here. So they're definitely the first incarnation of the four horsemen, which, we all kind of figured that, yeah, they're the horsemen. But the interesting thing is, and it says, and then he says, I've seen many deaths, many wars, many famines, all poor replacements for those who came first. What this world needs is a return to the old ways. So rise, sons and daughters, rise. And then you see at the bottom, you see him standing in front of the crypts of all the original four horsemen. So it's pretty plain to see that he's going to be resurrecting the four horsemen, and they're going to be coming back very soon, more than likely. So you want to get these, because if it's the next issue that they pop up, man, people are going to go bonkers and be chasing these books down. You're going to want to try and get them before that happens. And this Marvel Comics is, man, if you don't have that, I highly recommend you get a copy, even if it's just cover A, whatever. I got this one, and I picked up the She-Hulk variant as well. Just because, like I say, you've got Hickman writing that one-page story, and to me, that makes the whole book worthwhile right there. Even though you've got the Eternity Mask shows up in there, and that Masked Raider, and a bunch of other, it's a good book to get, because there is some more good stuff in there. And you've also got Marvel Comics 1001 coming out next week, which may have some more to do with that as well. So we don't know, but I just wanted to point out that these X Factor books are really good ones to get. And there's a few other ones that are good ones to get as well. Number 11 is the first appearance of Abraham Kieros, who becomes War, one of the Horsemen. Number 12 is the first appearance of Autumn Rolfson, who becomes Famine. I mentioned 15, which is your first, you also get your first celestial appearance of the celestial ship in here. Apocalypse's ship, and it's the first time that they're in costume as well. And then 17, you see Warren Worthington. You kind of get your first cameo appearance. They're all in shadow. You get the three horsemen. You got Apocalypse, and then Warren kind of in a chair, or like you see, just part of him. He's kind of injured and everything because they rescued him from his plane blowing up. And then, like I say, it's 24 when he actually becomes Archangel, and you get your first full appearance of Archangel. And at that point, he's Death, so he's leading the four horsemen. So, anyways, it's just some really good books to get. There's so much good stuff coming out right now, and it's really cool that this Marvel Comics 1000 has a tie-in to this Powers of 10. And like I say, number 4, I don't know. I have not been able to find an appearance of the first incarnation of the Horsemen anywhere else. So I think in this Powers of 10 number 4 that we actually have a first appearance of the first incarnation of the Horsemen. So that is really cool. And then when you see them in the reflect, because you only get kind of they're from behind and everything, but in this Marvel Comics 1000, you actually get an image of the front of them. You see their faces and their outfits and everything, which is really cool. I can't wait to see where this goes. But anyways, that's it, folks. I'm rambling on. I will talk to you later, probably tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon with my top picks video. Take care, everyone. Happy hunting. Thanks for all the well wishes. Jim Comics out for now. Bye for now.